What's going on about this Afro think tank? Did y'all see the Karen that disturbed a father while that father was enjoying a day at the swimming pool with his children? And how this Karen just had to just insert herself into the business of this black man and his children, who are clearly enjoying the pool because they're residents of the community. But because this white lady has a historic fright, a genetic disposition to minding other people's business, to ask if the person is not their complexion, what are they doing here, right? Because of that, these little black boys had to be traumatized by the situation. That's what pissed me off the most, was not that the Karen was being a Karen, because I don't, like, since the 30s and the 40s, these white people seem to believe that anytime a black person's at a swimming pool, they must be there illegally. The insufferable psyche of these white women is the reason why black people try their best to stay away from you guys. They try their best because it's shit like this. And if you are a white person, you got to be tired of these Karens making y'all look bad. Because every single time this happens, it reminds us. It recuts the wounds, right? It makes us remember the shit your grandparents did in the past. We can't forget we can't forget and move on if you guys are doing the same things that you want us to forget and move on about. And I'm so glad she got arrested. I'm so glad there's just a little bit of justice within our law enforcement system. It's getting better. I have to be honest, it is in fact getting better, because this is just clear. And no child should have to be traumatized like that. You see, that white Karen made that child cry. That white Karen didn't care that she was making a child cry. She doesn't have any empathy for children. That white Karen had zero empathy for children. She didn't think, damn, am I traumatizing this child while challenging this black guy, right, for whatever reason that she came up with in her head? Why do white people colonize other places and then tell other people they don't belong there? That makes it doesn't even make logical sense. It makes zero sense. What happens in a white person's brain when they go to a place, right, that originally doesn't belong to them, and then they look at everybody else who comes behind them and say, you don't belong here? What is wrong with you people? That's the real question. Because it's not black folks, all right? It's white people that's a problem, all right? It's white people doing shit like this that's a problem. And it's not a one-off. This shit happens every day, every chance. Oh, Karen gets a chance to be a Karen, she's a Karen. And she hasn't even taken consideration. They're so oblivious of the situation they find themselves in, right, that they do it on camera. They're getting recorded. They know there's hundreds, by this point, there are hundreds of these Karens that are being documented and showing what happens when a Karen goes full Karen, okay? And this video is going to be super damaging to her because she made those little children cry. You see, that's one thing. She is lucky we're not in the Middle Ages. She's lucky she's not in the Middle Ages approaching a man, right, threatening a man, confronting a man while he's with his children. Because the law of nature says when you do that, then it's justified, if you know what I'm talking about. It's justified. And she's just lucky that she ran into a black man that was in his frame, that was of the sound mind not to annihilate Karen. Because if we start putting our hands on these Karens and it was justified, I guarantee you Karen wouldn't Karen. I guarantee you Karen wouldn't Karen if we did the thing that they're so afraid of, because they don't seem to be afraid of us enough to confront us, right? Even though they are afraid of us, but somehow they still walk towards danger. We know that, right? They'll walk right up Jason, like, what are you doing here? They'll walk up right up to Michael Myers. What are you doing here? And then they'll start running and they'll fucking fall when they're getting chased by somebody walking, even though they're running full speed, right? So we look at that as comedy, but there's truth to it. Because you guys will walk towards danger. You're just lucky that danger doesn't do nothing to you. You're just lucky that we have coof about ourselves and we don't normally put our hands on women. That had this been a place where it was normal, all hands and feet would have been put on her and it would have been justified. But I'm just glad she got arrested, and she should be embarrassed. and she should be ostracized from her community for making her community look bad. When Karens do this, they make all good light-skinned folk look bad. They make white people who are doing the work have to do even more goddamn work. Because as they're trying to change the culture of their community, here you go with these old geezer analog-ass Karens who think we back in the 50s. Trump got these people heads gassed up. And you guys need to realize something. You guys are a minority. You guys are a minority. You need to start feeling that. Because one day, it's going to be 5 of you left. And who you going to discriminate against? What institutions you think you're going to have strong enough to back your racism up and your white supremacy up? Huh? Who you think is going to tolerate your ignorance and your subhuman barbarian behavior? Because it's coming. If you guys ain't figured out, y'all ain't got it like y'all used to got. It's over for you guys. Because the world is not going to tolerate that shit. And good white folks, my light-skinned folks, they're not going to tolerate this shit because you making their job harder. You making it bad for them. You setting everything back. Y'all white folks need to get a hold of your aunties, well, y'all ain't got no aunties. Y'all need to get a hold of your aunts and tell them to mind their own fucking business. How about that? If they could just do that, they'd be all right. You can be as racist as you want. Just mind your own goddamn business and keep that racist shit to yourself. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Are you fucking serious right now? A white woman was fired after calling the police to arrest a black father and child swimming pool. The incident, which recently went viral, involved Leo Sullivan, a black father, and his child being asked to show identification in the pool area.
I have to leave, but no one else has to show their ID. So now she's finna call the police on me.
Police were subsequently called twice. Upon arrival, police determined that no identification was required from the individuals involved. Video footage showing the child crying out of fear that his father would be taken away sparked widespread attention. The woman was later identified as Cheryl Black, the manager of the Arden of Warrenville condominium. Although she promptly disabled her social media accounts, the condominium received numerous complaints. Facing public pressure, the apartment management company issued a statement saying they had investigated the incident and decided to terminate Cheryl Black's employment. Some believe maintaining community safety is important. Others question why only the father and son were asked to prove their identities without clear evidence. What do you think? If you were the father, would you cooperate by showing your ID or insist on asking for a reason? Leave your comments below.
Y'all, please watch this video with me just for a second. And if you can, stay until the end, because the most important part of this video isn't the argument between the adults. It's the little boy at the very end of this video. So if you can just stick around and watch until the end of this.
So I'm sitting out here with the pool with my children. I'm the only black man out here. So the nice white people come out here and tell me if I don't show them my ID, I have to leave, but no one else has to show their ID. So now she's finna call the police on me. And the police are going to come in front of my children. And they smiling. Look at her smiling. They're smiling. She's smiling. But our residents here.
I'm telling you, I don't want to be recorded.
You being recorded. I'll be here. When the police come, I'll be here. So now they're calling the police on me. Karen and her friend, she's smiling because they're going to call the police on me because I don't have an ID on me. Who takes an ID to the swimming pool? And not just that, nobody else has been asked to show their identification. All right, let's see how this works out. This is crazy. Now my children are here. This is in front of my children. Welcome to Chicago. Look at the white man, he's swimming. The guy, there's a kid over there, does he need his ID? They are calling the police on me. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Where you going, Al? What?
You just get your ID.
I'm not getting my ID. I don't have to show them no ID to be at the pool. Karen up and the other lady just smiling. This is crazy. I don't want y'all to be traumatized by this though. No, don't cry. You don't have to cry. So have a seat, Kingston. They're not gonna put me in jail.
Please just get your ID.
No, we can, just because we're black, we can sit it just like everybody else. Wow, welcome to Chicago.
Please notice with me not just what happened, but what it taught. His father is just at a pool with his children. He's threatened with the police over something that many people watching this video will never experience exactly the same way. But watch what happens to his youngest son. He isn't just upset. He immediately believes that his dad is going to jail. Think about that. A young black child doesn't invent that fear out of nowhere. He has already learned that when police are called on black people, the outcome can be dangerous. He has already learned that a normal afternoon can become something terrifying. He has already learned that the people who are supposed to make you feel safe don't always feel safe when they show up. And that's the part I wish more people understood. When you casually threaten to call the police on a black family, you may think you're making a point, but for that family, you're not just making a phone call, you're activating generations of history, you're activating memories, you're activating trauma. You're reminding children that something as simple as swimming with their dad can suddenly become survival. And before somebody says, well, if he didn't do anything wrong, he had nothing to worry about, history tells us a different story. There are far too many black people who did absolutely nothing wrong and still paid an unimaginable price. That's why this little boy cries. Not because he's dramatic, because he's paying attention. Children are always paying attention. And what they learn from moments like this, they carry for the rest of their lives. It's trauma. We should all want better than this. Every child deserves to believe that a day at the pool is just a day at the pool.
Every accusation is a confession. I will not elaborate.
Yep, time to go. That motherfucker coming over here. Woo, shit. Hey, Carlo, bitch, look behind you. Woo, shit, motherfucker.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.